Why are people mad at G-Idol's lyrics again? And did MBC mock NewJeans Minji? Hyun's clever way of covering up her tattoo on TV, and more on today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. If you're interested, then please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. Please feel free to look in the description for resources as well as everything we're talking about today. And I just uploaded a vlog on my second channel if you'd like to go support it. But as for us, let's get into the news. Okay, so G-Idle recently dropped their pre-release track Wife, accompanied by a music video where they're all wearing matching wigs and singing about wives. Apparently, who really knows? Because a lot of people are claiming that not only are the lyrics nonsensical, but the lyrics that do make sense are apparently offensive to people in marriages. I'm actually really intrigued to look into this because of course Queen Card got its fair share of criticism for the lyricism, which I personally maintain you had to understand that song with your heart and an open mind. But I wonder if that's the case for Wife. I'm twerking on the runway. So of course we're going to look into the lyrics and then see what people are saying about it, because if wives are being absolutely trashed in this, I need to know. So this is the English translation of the lyrics according to Genius, starting off with a good literal introduction. Hello, I cook cream soup, taste is coco loco, want me your wife but she is so I've definitely also seen some criticism that the lyrics are inappropriate, like they're vulgar. Now, I cook cream soup, I mean, I guess I kind of like I get it without also getting it. Like, what do you mean by cream soup? It's debatable, right? Want me your wife, but she is I clean your room, it's so twinkle twinkle. Want me your wife, but she is This is me trying to interpret the lyrics, by the way. So it's like, you want me to be your wife, but you have a wife, seemingly, because the wife in question is So let's get into the first verse. Have a big bite, honey. Ah, it's bad if you spit out your full stomach. I'll give you some more. Stop wiping your saliva. You can see it's glowing blue. I want to see, what does Genius have to say about these lyrics? The wife is telling the husband to eat the soup she cooked him as he wants her to do, but she's mocking him because she poisoned it. What? How do they know this? She wants him to eat a lot so that he gets a large dose of poison. She suggested might taste bad and make him throw up, which is what can happen with poison. This could also be G-Idle saying that people might not like their song and they will spill their guts, complain about it and hate on it, reveal their true inner thoughts, but that they're okay with that. So this annotation is unreviewed. So I think this is just somebody who's like interpreting it themselves. No, it's fine. We love using our brains to think it's fine. So I'll give you some more. Stop wiping your saliva. At first glance, the husband could be salivating with hunger or lust or because the food is good, but drooling a lot could also happen when someone is poisoned. So I think this is where the effects of the poisoning start. Again, this is an unreviewed annotation, but let's continue. I've definitely also seen some more like inappropriate interpretations of this verse in particular, but let's move on. You're all grown up now. I knew it, so I made some cake, but that's not enough. Pick the cherry on top, kiss carefully, and eat boldly. Ow! Tell me how it tastes. Hey. So then we get to the chorus where they talk about cooking cream soup, the taste is coco loco, and then apparently shading wives. I clean your room, it's so twinkle twinkle. Want me your wife, but she is Getting into the second verse, it's dub dub dub, little touch on my tongue, you're so burr burr burr, aha. You can wipe it everywhere, but don't touch delicate lips. From head to toe, just chop, chop, chop. If you get it now, you should try it now. Okay, moving on to the bridge. I mean, is it like intensely offensive? I haven't found anything where I'm like, good dear God, but I'm also really horrible at finding like the hidden dirty meanings of lyrics. Am I? I don't know. I think I'm doing all right? I don't know. If I do it well, I'll sing a great song. I'm gonna dance beautifully like a mermaid in the sea. If I do it well, it would be full for this meal. Swallow it deeper because I feel good. I cook cream soup, and then the outro, wife, I make you feel so high. I make you feel like lie, but I don't wanna. Wife, 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 I make you feel so high. I make you feel like lie, but I don't want a wife, wife, wife. Obviously, art is up for interpretation. It would be nice to have G-Idle like explain what the song means, but they literally just released it, right? But that's the great thing when your idols write their own songs. And it's, I feel like this is going to start like a whole conversation, a whole debate. I'm not interested. Well, I am actually. Fight me in the comments, even though I didn't say anything wrong or problematic. This is just a fact, okay? If the idol themselves writes the song, you have a higher chance of them being able to tell you what they meant by writing that song. And it's not to say that if they didn't write the song, they can't pull out meaning from it or explain the meaning to you. I'm just saying I'm curious what she meant, and I would love to hear her own like interpretation of what she meant when she wrote these lyrics, because as far as I'm concerned, she wrote the lyrics all by herself. Soyeon, I'm talking about Soyeon, by the way. I'd never mentioned that. So the three major criticisms that I've seen are basically that they're too like explicit, like it's too vulgar. There are kids that are going to be singing these lyrics and it's a little weird. Number two, that wives are offended, or at least one wife was offended. Number three, that the lyrics just don't make any sense. So let's take a look at this. Are i-dle's wife lyrics controversial? K-netizens respond. Oh my god, why is my... Do you see all these bumps? What happened? Now I won't move an inch at all. I'm married and I'm upset about this. What do they think a wife is? If they made the title Female Idol, you know female idol fans would have gone crazy. Wow, this is just... Young kids listen to a lot of i-dle songs. Now they're probably going to sing along to this. This reminds me of NewJeans Cookie. If you're going to go sexy, wouldn't it just be better to just proudly commercialize yourself and make money instead of singing sexy lyrics using metaphors and just ending it with, but I don't wanna? Why are they like this? The lyrics. What's with the level of lyrics? Do they know that young kids sing along and are influenced by their songs? The lyrics are so... Okay, I just need to stop this for a second because I was actually just thinking about this yesterday. There's a song by Pink. I don't know. It was playing in what movie was I watching yesterday? It was Save the Last Dance. I think it was Save the Last Dance. It was playing in that song, and she says like, "You make me sick. You got me lit like a candlestick. Get to how I touch the tip. I'm feeling it. You gotta get a gist of this." And I remember listening to that song and thinking that person actually made her sick. I listen to the song now and like, this song is literally like her wanting somebody in that way. But when I listened to it as a child, I literally thought that the person in front of her was making her sick, like physically ill, like she couldn't stand him. Oh my god, people are gonna be like, you're justifying weird. No, I'm telling you a personal experience. That's all it is, okay? Don't look too much more into it than what it is. Anyways, this is really so bad. Why are they like this though? It's so childish. What do they think a wife is? The song and dance is good, but why are the lyrics like this? I love a good discussion. So we have another article here. I think they've reached a point where it's actually not about hidden meanings when it comes to misunderstanding sensual concepts. What does that even mean? I'll swallow even deeper. Reminds me of Cardi B. How come Cardi B can cook and clean and still get a ring, but they cook and clean and won't be a wife? You're the pervert. I don't think there's anything wrong with the song having sex appeal. I think the real issue is that they're trying to critique the public for being perverts when they're the ones exploiting visuality. Who's being hypocritical now? Oh, here we go again with people that criticized Cookie. I don't think this is too much compared to EXID's Up and Down. Then we have more comments basically comparing it to Cardi B, but I want to know what international fans think about this. So let's see what you guys have to say about this. I asked you guys what you thought of the lyrics and consequently the criticism, so let's read some comments. Ever since Queen Card, i-dle fans are quick to defend every cringy, corny, grammatically incorrect lyrics as satire. To me, it's just unserious and a bit fun. I really love it for that. Can see why others may not like the song though, which is understandable. I get what the message is, and I think it's cool how Soyeon always tries to use their platform to spread these messages, and I don't think the weird lyrics bother me since, in my opinion, as long as it sounds nice, I can get behind some awkward phrasing. However, I just don't care for how the song sounds overall, but won't be surprised if it wins me over a week from now. I do appreciate i-dle for always being i-dle and not being afraid to do something different. The only thing I can conclude is that people are not ready for old K-pop and just say that they want it back for the sake of it. i-dle brought back old K-pop and people started criticizing them that this is too unserious. I love it. It's bringing back older K-pop. It's fun. I love it. Let's bring fun K-pop back. The beat is really fun. I just wish the lyrics made sense. The line, "Want me your wife, but she is," with their accent and inflection sounds like "want me to wipe your shit." That's the kind of phonetic double entendre that you see in classic rap. Mind blown. Some people worry about the grammar, but English in all languages change. Anyone can play with it, and they're Korean, so of course they may use language in a way that makes sense for them and reflects their culture, language, and identity. They're not perfect English speakers. As long as the message is conveyed, isn't that fine? The song is unserious and fun too, so if they consider the correctness of the grammar, that would probably reduce the song's overall message and vibe. This has always been my stance. I was a queen card defender at my very core. People around the world speak different dialects of the very languages you speak. And to you, it might be like, oh my God, that's grammatically incorrect. But within a community, if it makes sense, it makes sense. Especially if you speak like a non-standard dialect of a language, you know the backlash, you know the feeling of like I was gonna say the higher ups. This isn't a job. You know the feeling of people who speak a more standard or acceptable form of the language, like looking down on you like you're a little bug, like you're stupid or something, and you're not. So does it make sense to me? I mean, I don't know. I'm willing to look into anything and like enjoy the art of anything. But like I cook cream soup and it tastes like Coco Loco. Personally, I think that sounds fun. Are you allowed to feel however you want? Of course. You can literally criticize anything. But just because you think it's cringy and nonsensical doesn't mean someone can't find art within it, or doesn't mean that someone can't find meaning within that. I just think art would be so boring if we had to like limit ourselves to specific confines, especially for language, which is full of different dialects of people saying things in different ways, of different accents. Like I truly believe a lot of people need to get out of their bubble of this is the only way people in the world speak. That is so far from the truth. Because when we think like that, then we create linguistic insecurity, and that's not okay. I think it's maybe that their older sound, in my opinion, sounded more original, and that this is a bit more prefab. And yes, even though it's an older sound, they had carved a path and created a completely new wave and then brought this. Super satire and mocking trad wives. I get what they're going for. I think the lyrics in MV made it very clear. I've definitely seen a lot of people interpreting that as well. Another comment, ain't it meant to be satire? Like they are overemphasizing the role of a wife as a sad cliche. I don't know. For me, it feels like satire, even sarcasm to a point, but the grammar is a bit questionable though, but it still sounds fun. I don't know how to feel. I just know as someone who witnessed their debut in real time that this is a group that has changed a lot sound-wise. I just know this is about to be all over the trad wife TikTok, and I'm gonna cry so hard about it if I'm right. I've been seeing some like I've never like been on trad wife TikTok, but I've seen a lot of like commentary about it. You know, of course there's a possibility that Jira are like making a commentary on a societal issue or roles that women maintain within society, but it's also possible that it's just like a nonsensical song that literally has nothing to even do with being a wife or women's roles in society, that is just meant to sound fun and be fun. It could be either or, literally anything in between. That's why I love when artists come forward and talk about the process behind recording their song or writing their song, or like what personal meaning that has to them. But oftentimes, even if they write their own songs, I find, and this has nothing to do with Soyeon, I don't think she's ever said anything like this, but you'll find like, I find artists a lot of the times will put a super broad meaning to their songs, so they don't like pigeonhole their songs too much. But like, I want you to pigeonhole your song. I want to know the specificities of it. Well, they'll be like, it's about love. It's about loving someone. And you're like, I could have gathered that, but what does it mean to you? Anyways, a little bit of a tangent. All I have to say is, if you really have an issue with weird lyrics, you're in the wrong genre. Lyrics like "Want Me Your Wife But She Is are K-pop's bread and butter. You're ruining your own fun by insisting everything be so serious. I love this comment so much. So of course I would love to know what you think of the song, of the lyrics, what meaning you take out of the lyrics, if any at all. And we don't have to agree. We absolutely don't have to agree, because I know if I say that I don't care if something's nonsensical, I don't care if something's grammatically incorrect, sometimes I'm just here for the vibes, someone is gonna come along and be like, how could you are defending something indefensible? And it's like, let's roll it back here for a minute. Like on a different note, however, do you think i-dle's wife sounds a little bit like Fergalicious by Fergie? We'll have to listen to them side by side. Loco. They want my turbo son. Actually, the first couple of notes remind me of Blackpink's Crazy Over You. Just a super short comparison though. Do you hear it? Okay, friends, we all know this year-long issue that has been going on with NewJeans Minji, where there was this misunderstanding about her not knowing what Galguksu is, which is a famous dish that people were saying she was pretending she didn't know what it was to paint this picture of herself as being this rich kid who grew up overseas, when in reality she just asked what is Galguksu to herself, kind of asking herself what is the texture like, what does it taste like, because she's a picky eater and she's never tried it. Not that she didn't know what the dish was, but people kept bothering her about this for about a year before she eventually addressed it in a live stream in a slightly annoyed way, before she had to apologize for that live stream. But anyways, that sums up Galguksu gate, right? She knew what Galguksu was. People accused her of not knowing what it was. We get the whole Galguksu, we get it, right? Well, MBC was actually called out for seemingly mocking her in a tweet. Now, when I go and look for the tweet, of course, it has been deleted, but we do have a screenshot of the tweet right here. And basically, if you look at the tweet, it kind of creates an acrostic poem that spells out Galguksu, right? So the translation of the tweet is basically Galgak, sharp beauty, 국제적, global, 수렴, elegance. And the first syllables spell out Galguksu. So apparently the word sharp isn't normally the most common phrase to use to describe beauty, so people thought that this was quite forced. It didn't seem that it was by chance that it happened to spell out Galguksu. It seemed that it was intentional. Of course, this tweet has been deleted, but that wasn't it, because it seems that in another article they had a similar type of acrostic poem here. So the headline basically wrote 갈같이, sharp on time, 국제선 출국, boarding international flight, 수행, processing. So basically meaning processing her boarding the international flight on time, which also spelled out Galguksu. Naturally, fans were not happy about this. MBC deleted the tweets in both articles. Only the other two are left without the disturbing headlines. Ko Dae-hyun hasn't apologized yet, even though MBC is aware of what they did to Minji. What did this 19-year-old girl do so wrong for y'all to keep bullying her like this? Enough is enough. She even gave a very unnecessary apology for not knowing that damn food, just like K-nuts, what? She did clarify that, of course, she knew what the dish was. She just didn't know what it tasted like. At IMBC News, it's not enough. We want you to apologize to Minji. MBC apologized to Minji. In an update, we did actually get an apology from IMBC. So let's take a look at what they had to say. This is a notice. IMBC knows very well about the importance of artists' IPs. Recently, the title of one of our photo articles related to NewJeans has come under controversy, and we immediately deleted it. Even so, we apologize to the related artists and companies who were hurt by it. IMBC promises that we will put full effort into managing our content so that such matters do not happen again in the future. So the whole thing is, you know, if it was something like Taewon's Hyuna, no, you know what I mean? That was like a funny thing. She was in on it. You know, the CEO apparently approached her and was like happy about it as well. It was all fun and games. But Minji recently came out and like talked about how people have been harassing her for the better part of a year for this, because it didn't end up being a cute little mistake, because people were accusing her of pretending to not know what a dish is so that she could seem like, again, this rich girl who grew up overseas. Like, why would I know what that little dishes? So especially after her long ass statement where she talks about all of this, of course it would seem like a big company is like literally shading her, because it's not a joke that everybody is in on. It was more something that she seemed clearly annoyed about, that she addressed as being something that people were bothering her for a really long time about. And it's actually really funny because in this article, I remember reading at the bottom, meanwhile, Hybe recently patched things up with MBC after a 4-year feud with them. Not anymore. The beef is officially back on, guys. So we have a little bit of a Hyuna update, because it was previously reported that some idols were unfollowing her after it was revealed that she was in a relationship with Yong Jin-hyung, from a former member of Highlight. A lot of fans have been expressing their disapproval of this relationship given his past, and one of those idols that was apparently reported to have unfollowed her was Kwon. A lot of people saying he's even her ride or die, like, and he unfollowed her. But it seems he's taken to his Instagram story to shed light on the situation, to clarify what actually is the case. So, Kwon personally affirms his ongoing friendship with Hyuna on his Instagram. He posted this story, which of course shares one of her own posts, and the following caption: regardless of following on Instagram, I'm good friends with Hyuna. We message and talk on the phone. What is going on all of a sudden? Like I said in the previous video, I don't know how people keep tabs on this, and I'm just You know, was he really following her before? If so, why unfollow her just to tell the world that you actually are still friends with her? It's a little bit of a weird situation, but here's what some K-netizens think of it. This is why there's no need to make a fuss over who's following who. That journalist was trash. They didn't even validate the facts and just posted this for views. But he didn't have to go this far to release it on IG though. She's a criminal's girlfriend after all. Crazy, this journalist wrote a whole article based off some troll Twitter accounts. But then why did he unfollow her? Impressive. Why would you write an article about this? So the journalist is following Kenneth's claiming that this is Sojang number 2 on Twitter. No, but this was only information spread by Sojang number 2 on Twitter, allegedly. Why would you write an article about it? Looks like everyone believes that Sojang number 2 allegedly on Twitter is saying that alone is funny in and of itself. So that is our little update. Let's move on to our little discussion segment, which I came up with all by myself because I've been wanting to talk about this for a really long time. I used to do exclusively commentary videos, so I kind of want to do some comment. I'm as if I don't comment on everything that we talk about anyways, but you get what I mean. This isn't necessarily news, but I want to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? And I hope you enjoy it. I don't know if you've noticed this, but when idols have visible tattoos, they often have to cover it when they're on TV. Now apparently this is a rule, but I say often because sometimes you'll just see idols full-blown tattoos uncovered. Sometimes you'll see idols with multiple tattoos and only some of them covered. Sometimes you'll see half a tattoo covered. Sometimes you'll see all of the tattoos covered, blurred out, the whole shebang. I would say it's not super consistent, but it is a whole thing with some history. The act of tattooing is actually illegal in Korea unless you're a medical professional. Now, realistically, who is going to go through years and years of school to become a medical professional to do tattoos? Obviously, people are still getting tattooed in Korea. There are still tattooed people in Korea. And actually, there was a ruling not too long ago about if they should change this or not. South Korea just upheld a law that makes tattooing a crime. Tattoo artists potentially face prison time, although practice appears to be gaining popularity. Despite the decades-old ban, South Korea has nearly 50,000 tattoo artists who risk police raids and prosecution for practicing their trade. So of course, tattoo artists are trying to fight this, but it didn't work. While tattoos are usually covered up on television, many Korean celebrities, including members of K-pop bands, have flaunted them on social media. So generally, when idols go on TV, they'll either wear clothing that covers the tattoos, have the tattoos just blurred out completely, or have tape on their tattoos. Jay Park has talked about this before, of him having to have his tattoos censored, which we can see a couple of examples here. I found this Mnet thumbnail where his shoulder and arm is just completely blurred out, and then a screenshot from a show seemingly where you see the tattoos kind of, but they're still blurred out. Though you can see the stars on his neck, which is why I'm saying that it's not super consistent from what I've seen in terms of the censorship, because you can also see idols put fake tattoos on and then go on stage and it's not censored, or, you know, they purposely put the fake tattoos. But more on the inconsistency, because sometimes, again, you'll see idols and their full tattoos are out. For Jessie, sometimes you see her tattoos are completely covered by tape. Sometimes you'll see it's even covered with foundation, and then sometimes they're just not covered at all. Like for this stage, you can clearly see her tattoos. You can see the one on her side elbow, which looks like a pretzel, and then the bird on her wrist. But in other stages, you might see some tape literally like half falling off. Some more examples. Here's an old picture of Soojin and her tattoos covered with tape. Taeyong from Twice as well. You can see all along her arm is just full of tape. So of course, that in and of itself is a fun little fact. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because of Hyuna from Sister 19. And I mean, we could talk all day about the inconsistency when it comes to tattoo censorship on Korean music shows, because I don't remember Hyuna ever having to cover her tattoo before, literally ever. She was just flaunting that cross around, and Hyuna as well. Even more recently, as she's covered in more tattoos, you don't see her covering them. But anyways, Hyuna is a genius for this, because when it comes to covering her cross tattoo, which by the way, she got this cross tattoo due to a childhood illness that left her a scar on her stomach. Here's what she said in 2018 about this. I have a large cross-shaped scar on my stomach, so I got the tattoo to cover it up. I had abdominal surgery twice, and that scar was my biggest insecurity. I used to sort of hunch over like this to hide it. So she was born with ascites, abdominal fluid buildup in the abdomen. So quote, I was placed in an incubator immediately after my birth. I was then diagnosed with pediatric cancer and biliary atresia. I successfully underwent surgery for my condition, but then about a year later, I ended up having surgery again for intussusception, a serious condition in which part of the intestine folds into itself. So I thought, what if I covered up my scar according to its shape? That's why I ended up getting a cross tattoo. So of course she has a very big cross tattoo on her stomach, but I don't know if you noticed this during Sistar 19 stages for No More My Boy, and this was pointed out to me by the lovely Jackie. She actually covers her tattoo with a bunch of gems, and I think it is so cute and genius. Rather than covering up with tape that often wouldn't match your skin tone or has the ability to peel off, or makeup that oftentimes it'll still peek through anyways, it is such a cute idea to add stick-on gems to the tattoo. So here we see on her wrist, we can see the cross entirely covered in gems, though other tattoos aren't covered as well. That's why inconsistency, right? Here we have her tattoo covered again in gems. Every tattoo covered in gems. I think Inkigayo was strict about this, who knows? Like they are their copyright. So that's just so cute, though she's not exempt from tape as well. As we can see, half of the tattoo covered in tape and half of it covered in gems. Yes, I just thought that was so interesting and so out of the box. And I wonder if we could start seeing this outside of just tattoos, because we also see a lot of tape on brand names when people perform on music shows. I wonder if we'll start seeing just stick-on jewels added instead of ugly tape, because it just really takes away from the aesthetic of everything. So let me know what you think about that, because I thought that was so genius. Do we do TikToks? Do we do the TikToks? I don't know. The video's a little long. Do we do TikToks? Should I do the TikToks? I don't know, because then we put it a bit, I don't know. I don't know. I might come back in an hour and do the TikToks. I don't know. Let me know how many of you love the TikTok segment, and I need to get back on my TikTok game and find more TikToks to react to TikToks for you guys. I kept my word. I came back an hour later, but while editing, don't think I didn't notice whatever the hell that bump is. I don't see it head on when I'm in the mirror. How could I have anticipated that throughout the whole entire video? I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed as hell. I don't know how that happened. That's never happened before. I think I slept on it wrong, but but I have some TikToks to share. I'm already annoyed because it doesn't look good in the camera. I literally get so mad because I brush my hair so much throughout videos. But then this time I'm like, brush your hair, fix it. But I can't tell. Look, I can't tell. I even put water in everything. She's determined. So we're going to be looking at some TikToks today. I'm going to be linking every single account below, as well as the TikTok itself if you would like to go check them out. These are just TikToks that I've come across that I think are funny, or things that I just want to share with you guys. So actually, there's one that I almost forgot to download, guys. So let's get into these TikToks here. So Bae is having fun. This is, oh my God. If you ever have a friend with like a really good voice, this is just like a good way to feel included. Granted, don't come for me. I know she literally sings right after Lily. She has an amazing voice too. I'm just saying, if you, not her, I'm already getting so mad. I don't even know why. Like so heated at like what could potentially be said. I know she's an amazing singer, okay? Dash, I wanna dash, I wanna run it. Dash, I wanna dash, I wanna run it. Dash, I wanna dash. Oh, the zigzags. See, like it makes it's a good way to feel included, but then like she literally just starts like belting it out too, and you're just like, yeah, I can't do that. I could do the beginning part, but I can't catch up near the end. I just love that. Sometimes those little parts are just so fun. Have you guys ever heard ATEEZ's Be With You? There's a part, oh my God, every time I try to bring this up in conversation, I forget about it. There's like little vocalizations in the background and I love it. It's kind of funny when I do it because like obviously in the song it sounds really good, but anyways. This tangent, oh my God, Coachella doesn't allow light sticks. How will ATEEZ know 18s are there? The average 18, I don't know why this was so funny. What is going on? I love this like 80s and like, I was gonna say medieval. Oh my God, what is this time period? Stop, what is this time period? Moving on. Me breaking inside Coachella while ATEEZ is performing and they pull 8 chairs and they dress in black. No. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh my God. This is so funny, okay? They had a budget of $50, two IKEA chairs that were lying around backstage, a stylist who had just watched Coraline, but made history with some cunty heels and Hyuna. This is so funny because look at their outfits. Also, listen to the vocals. What are they wearing? Literally, what is that? My boy is just such a like, this is not that type of song. Who did this to them? Not Coraline. Hyunjin. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Then of course, I have to share this with you again, the vocals. Like when I praise Hyun, like I need you guys to understand why. I need you guys to like understand where I'm coming from. The dancing, the vocals, the everything, the entire package. She belts it out. I think there are very few idols who can compete with her vocally. And I say this very cut that out. I'm not ready for this fight in the comments. People will be like, actually so and so can compete. So listen. I said very few. Is this how Koreans expected to see Minji's reaction to Galguksu? Do you guys remember this reaction? I've never personally seen it, but I've seen like clips of it everywhere. I want to love something that much that it makes me cry. Like I'm not even like being dramatic or like making fun. Like to find something that you love that much, it makes you scream and cry. It's the only way to love something. How do you explain this to a non-carrot? This is so funny. How do you explain that? It literally looks like a religious experience. Like he's a priest and that's what it looks like, right? Like how would you explain that? He likes tigers. I don't know. How do you begin to explain that? So this TikTok is also hidden, I know, but it is so funny because of the comments, but let's listen to it first. So the comments, Hyun imitating 4th gen idols. Too far. I shouldn't. I'm sorry. Oh, I was tagged in this by Strawberry Chew. More of Matthew Frenching it up, queen. So let's listen.
Bonjour, nous sommes votre MC pour ce soir. Préparez vos collations et passons une soirée amusante. Merci beaucoup.
Some of the comments are like, he's like clearly Canadian. Like nobody says collation. Like it kind of ties into what we were saying like earlier. Like, yeah, there are different dialects of languages that exist in this world that are different than yours. And they're valid and okay. I'm not going to get into it right now. I was retelling the comment based on a defensive memory I had. But I like actually reread the comment and it wasn't that bad. They were basically just saying he was cute. I just don't like the fact that some of the comments, just the way I'm interpreting them is kind of like, oh, but like he's not speaking real French because he's from Canada. Like I just hate that argument. Lily giving financial advice. I love this. Some people are saying it's not good advice, but I feel like she knows something we don't.
Hi, I know the interest rates are really down these days and also like, you know, the economy is kind of very bad. So make sure you don't invest in anything right now. Give it a couple of years, okay? Wait. Keep your money, save it, and then wait 5 years and then invest once the market gets better, okay?
Yeah, I've been seeing like some people saying like, oh, is the advice good? No, but like, do you know something I don't? Because as far as I know, everything is really shit right now. And I feel like that's probably really good advice. Wait for a better economy to then invest into something for your future. I don't know. I trust Lily and I will not be investing in anything. She has my word for it. So those are all the TikToks that I have saved. I really need to get on my game because like that's months in the making. That's all I got for you. I'm like not super on K-pop TikTok anymore. What's on my TikTok these days? I was on like C-Talk for a while, you know, the yo ho. But what is my TikTok even anymore? Oh, luxury goods. I don't know. It's just one account because I really like the girl in the account.
It's called the Birkin House and it's one of the most...
I love her, but I just love her, you know? Oh, there is a bunch of K-pop. It's just not funny stuff. Anyways, I'll work harder to bring you more TikTok content for sure. But anyways, let's go to my previously filmed outro. Bye. Okay, we're gonna end off with the comment response section. And I got this comment and I have some things to say about it. So, yes, if it's i-dle, you say it's plagiarism from one beat. And a remake for Gigi's you like, LOL classic. So this is in response to the short that I made where I said that I've made a remake of Kpop's song All Night. And I said that because it's actually a remake. I don't think you understand. First of all, I've never said that i-dle have plagiarized, have I? Well, otherwise, if I said something sounds familiar, it literally just sounds familiar. But I don't know if you know this. If I've just took Kpop's song and redid it without permission, that would be plagiarism. But making a remake is a completely different thing. They would literally get sued. That's why they took the song with permission and remade it. I said it's a remake because they literally remade the song. Something SM has been doing for decades. So I don't know why we're all freaking out when I've did it a whole one time. But I have nothing against i-dle. If I said one of their songs sounded familiar, I mean, let them join the club of the many other artists that I've said their songs sounded familiar. Familiarity does not equal plagiarism. Plagiarism equals plagiarism if someone comes out and says, hey, my work has been plagiarized. And you can apologize and rectify the situation or get sued. Kai's Rover was also a remake, not plagiarism. Like, if these idols were out here just plagiarizing everybody, it wouldn't end well for them. It's not something to be taken lightly. I just had to say something because it was bothering me. So yeah. If it's plagiarism, it's plagiarism, but I don't recall, unless you're talking about that one specific incident. I literally like i-dle and I've pretty much the same, maybe i-dle a little more. So to say that I withhold plagiarism accusations for groups that I like, it's a remake because they remade the song and they admit that themselves. Look it up. Anyways, that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Fergalicious. But I ain't promiscuous, and if you were suspicious, oh, that shit is fictitious. I blow kisses.